This is Rockin' with Jam Man. This with Little Elvis. So what's up, man?
Not much, just living the dream, so to speak.
So you're bringing the King's hits back, eh?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
So you're bringing the King's hits back? Little
Uh,
Elvis.
I'm so sorry. It's you kind of breaking up. I apologize. Let me see. Okay, ask me one more time. I'm so sorry.
So you're bringing the King's hits back? Little Elvis.
Yeah, trying to at least. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, Dominic.
Yep, Dominic is correct. You said it right. Good.
You're Little Elvis, right?
I was Little Elvis a long time ago.
You were?
Back in the early 80s, I used to perform as Little Elvis in the Catskills in New York.
So tell me about this new solo project of yours.
Yeah, so about I don't know, 8 months ago or so, had a bunch of songs that we hadn't used for my band Wicked Garden, kind of just collecting dust. So I asked our producer Jason Constantine if I can just come over his house and lay them down acoustically, just so I had them. And the next day, he called me up. Him and Jeff Duncan from Armored Saint had started a record label called Tone House Records, and they're like, we want to put this out on our label. And the original idea was, okay, I'll put them out acoustically. And then Constantine was like, no, you're doing a full band. We're doing this all electric. So we sat down, me and him, in pre-production for about a month. We just laid and demoed everything down with us doing all the instruments ourselves. And then I brought in a drummer, Ron Huddy, and me and Jason did the rest of the instruments and put it out. It's been out about a month and a half now. It's actually doing really well. So I'm pretty proud of it.
So this stuff wouldn't fit with Wicked Garden.
Yeah, it's not necessarily that it wouldn't fit. It's just like there's four guys in a band, and if somebody's not feeling it, you don't really want to push it on them. So I had played a few of the songs for the guys. Some of them liked it, some of them thought it maybe didn't fit us too well. We jammed on them a couple times, didn't really, couldn't get much traction. So, just said, okay, we'll just move on and do other things. And then, but I still liked them enough that I felt that they deserved to be heard. So just put them down, and now I got the record.
You still friends with Ace Frehley?
Am I still friends with Ace? I haven't talked to Ace in really long time, probably about 30 years. He was a big supporter of my band Lynx when I was in New York back in the early 90s, and really dug the band and wanted to produce us at one point. We just could never make it happen. And the irony is that two of my friends now play in his band, so that worked out pretty well.
I know you did a lot of voiceover stuff for Sears and Kmart.
Yeah, that was when was that? Man, that was a long time ago. You did your research. Yeah, I would say late 90s maybe. I did some voiceover work. I did a Sears commercial, Kmart commercials, Home Depot, a couple of local stuff. I had gotten into radio when I got out of high school. I went to broadcasting school and started doing, engineering work mostly, and then I would do the voiceover work on the side. Just wasn't enough opportunities or money to kind of stay with it. It's something I would do again if I had the opportunity, but it's been a long time.
Ever think about getting back into acting?
I would again if the opportunities came up. I'm a lot older now, obviously, and definitely not as good looking as I used to be. So I don't know how many people want to see this face in movies or TV, but yeah, if I had an opportunity that came about, I wouldn't turn it down. I would totally do it.
What about making a movie about your horror stories you used to write?
Again, if somebody came up with that opportunity, I would love to do it. That was just a thing I did. I've been writing my whole life, and I had wrote this short story down, and I had submitted it to some contest, and it came in like third place or something like that, and it got published. It's funny because it's still on the internet. Like every now and then I'll just check, and it's like, oh, it's still up there from 13 years ago. No one ever said they would make a movie out of it, but if they did, I would absolutely jump at the chance of it.
Are you guys playing any shows this year?
Yeah, we did our first show when the album came out, and then we've got a show this Saturday at the Gold Mine here in Las Vegas. And then the next Saturday on October 8th, we're playing Counts Vamps, which is the biggest club out here. So I'm excited to do the songs live and see the reactions for it.
I personally think that the market has been way too flooded now. That touring is back full swing.
Yeah, the market's definitely flooded in the sense of there's anybody that wants to put out a record can. I mean, like literally, if you have halfway decent recording equipment, you can put your stuff out on the internet within hours. Touring, it's nice to see that it's back. The problem right now for smaller acts, like myself and even other guys like Wicked Garden, is that it's just not cost effective right now. The gas prices are too high, rental equipment's too high, renting a bus is way too expensive. So you kind of have to stay really close to home if you're doing any type of touring, unless you've got some kind of money behind you, which not many of us do.
What I mean is like there's 2 or 3 great shows going on at the same night and in the same time. All famous bands in different venues.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And you can't really fault it. I mean, a lot of these guys, didn't do anything for 2 years, so they take whenever opportunity passes up. And a lot of these venues were empty for 2 years, so they're just throwing stuff out there and enticing them to come out. So a lot of people have to make some really hard decisions. Do I go see this band over here or this band over there? And like I said, there's room for everybody. It's just a shame that sometimes they overlap, but that's just how it is, and it's probably going to be like that for a little while.
I think it's kind of hurting touring because all these shows on the same night means fans have to choose where to be so sold out or not happening, and you're getting less people because of it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand too that the logistics of getting these bands on the road, um, you can't be you can't pick and choose as much as you used to. Again, because of cost and stuff like that. So a lot of the promoters, they need to make money too. So they're just trying to bring whoever they can to town, regardless of whoever else is in town. They're, just hoping that the slice of the pie is big enough for everybody. And like I said, I can't really fault them. It's inconvenient for the fans sometimes, but I completely understand where it comes from.
Plus, when there is 100 tours going on, most people can't afford to go to every one.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I can't afford to go to half these shows, and when people understand the cost behind touring, it makes a little bit more sense. Like they think, okay, well, this band's charging $150. It's greed. And it's not really greed. I mean, that $150 is probably breaking them even, and they're going to make whatever money they can on, either merchandise or something like that. So, you got to put it really in perspective. Like I tell people all the time, have you been to the store lately? Is your chicken more expensive? Well, everything's more expensive. So if you pay more money at the grocery store, you have to pay money for shows at this point. And it's sad. And again, like I said, I understand it because I know the back end of the business. I know bands that are on tour right now that they're charging a certain amount that seems a little bit ridiculous, but they're still losing money just because of the expense of everything.
What is life like on the road for you?
Right now, there's no life at all on the road. Back when I used to be on the road, it was, typical, sleep in a van with 5 guys that all stink, and eat Taco Bell every night. Now if I do a road show, it's usually just a one-nighter. We just drive up, do the gig, drive right back home, or maybe take a hotel room for the night. It's I haven't done any kind of big touring recently, so if the opportunity was there, I would. If it made financial sense, I definitely would. But I can tell you right now, at the age I am and everything, it's not going to be wild parties. It's like, let me get to the show, then go home, go to bed.
What is your most favorite memory from playing a show?
I played a show. This is a long time ago, but I did a show in my hometown of Staten Island, New York. It was called the Concert in the Park series, and there was, I think, the final count was just under 8,000 people, and I was like 16 years old. And it was just this massive wave of people. At that point, I'd been playing in clubs in front of 50 to 100 people. So to headline the show was incredible. And to see, like, to hear that many people cheer for you and stuff like that, that sticks out most. You know, I've done other gigs that were a lot smaller, that had a lot more, you know, that sounded better, let's say, but that was my first experience of looking out and just seeing thousands of people. And that was incredible.
Um, what is your worst one?
The worst one,
Yeah.
I split my pants at a I showcased at the Lions Den in New York City for Metal Blade Records back in 93 or 94. And I literally split my pants one song into the set. I just ripped them wide open. So I had to sing the entire set with my legs crossed because, let's just say, things were hanging out. And then I had to, yeah, and then I had to meet with record label people like immediately after that, and it was the most embarrassing night of my life. That is just awful.
So your balls were hanging out, eh?
Yeah, I was trying not to go there, but yes, my balls were hanging out. Absolutely.
That's
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
impressive.
It scarred me, and I'm sure a bunch of other people for life.
What do you do on your downtime for fun?
I write. That's pretty much all I do. Like every day, I write something. I'm usually, you know, just sitting around, pick up the guitar, hopefully come up with a riff, throw it down, see what happens. I play poker a lot. I live in Vegas, so that kind of, you know, comes with the territory. But for the most part, if I have any downtime at all, it's usually involving something where I'm playing guitars or writing a song or singing or something.
What is next for you?
What is not? I'm sorry, say again.
What is next for you?
So gonna play a few more shows with the solo band, keep promoting that record. Hopefully make another one maybe in a year or so. Wicked Garden's kind of on a hiatus right now. Everybody's just kind of taking some time to themselves. We've been the band for 11 years now. We've played thousands of shows and did records, and we're just exhausted. So hopefully I like to see us get back and, start playing some more shows there. Until then, I'm just going to keep writing and hopefully make some more good music.
See, you have some cool merch.
Yeah, Tone House went all out. It's pretty cool. There's some cool there's some t-shirts, there's some hats. I mean, they I wasn't expecting all that. Like we thought we were just doing the record, so we had the CD, and then they're like, hey, we made t-shirts and we made hats and everything. I'm like, oh, those look awesome. And I have to reel myself in from buying them myself because it's kind of, egotistical to have a shirt with your own picture on it, but I kind of want one secretly, so I'll convince my wife to buy one.
How do my followers follow you?
So if you go to Facebook, you can follow me personally on Facebook. It's Dominick Muzio. The solo band is Dominick Muzio Dominick Muzio and Chemical Tribe. That's also a Facebook page. Instagram, Twitter, it's always DMUZ75. And if you go to Tone House Records, of course, tonehouserecords.com, they'll have a page for me, and you can just follow me there as well.
You guys are gonna have to hook me up. I need some shirts. School just started. I need some fresh gear, bro. I need fresh gear.
Send me email me your address and I'll get you some stuff out. Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Fun question time. You ready?
All right, let's go.
You're on death row and it's time for your final meal. What's on the menu?
It's probably going to be either going to be Chinese food or good old homemade spaghetti and meatballs because I'm a nice Italian boy. But probably leaning more towards Chinese food, some beef and broccoli, some General's chicken, fried rice, just go all out.
Do you have it from a specific place? Because there's
a favorite
place in Canada. It's like a donut shop. They make the best wonton soup.
Really? Where is it at in Canada?
Yeah, it's in Canada.
I'll have to go up there now. I'll get Todd Kearns to take me up to Canada. We'll get some wonton soup.
Yeah, they're really good. It just said I couldn't go there for like 3 years.
Order in.
Yeah. DoorDash it.
Yeah, that's it. DoorDash it.
If you could have any superpower, what would you choose?
The ability to stop time.
You want me to add limitations to it or infinite stop time? You can just stop it.
What's your limitations? I'm curious.
I never did this before, but like you can only stop it for 1 hour per day.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, I think that would make it, it's probably better off if it has that limitation. Because if I could just stop time, like I would just be causing chaos everywhere. I'd be the guy like, putting a banana peel under somebody's leg just to
Well,
watch them
couldn't
fall
you
or
just
something.
do the same thing with super speed?
I guess you kind of could, but I think if you have super speed, you need to be cognizant of your surroundings. So you just bump into something and break it. So I'd rather, I'm klutzy as it is. I'd rather be able to just stop time, do what I need to do, and then just get out.
You could win any fight with like stopping time. You can just like hold him still, just keep making him look like a body guy.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what like people think I'd be doing something like, oh, you're gonna rob a bank or something. No, I want to like put people in stupid positions and watch them fall. Like that's what I would do.
Um, let's just say you could choose any song ever written by any band. You can change that song. For you the one who wrote it, and it was your song. What song would it be and why?
Oh man, that's an awesome question. Can I pick two?
Only
It
for
has to be one.
once.
Just one. Oh man, you're rough. You are rough. I would say Heaven Beside You by Alice in Chains. It's probably one of my favorite, probably my favorite song of all time. And I honestly wouldn't change anything at all except have my vocal on it, which would probably ruin it. But I think the composition of that song is just the most amazing thing I've ever heard. I actually got to meet Jerry Cantrell a couple months ago, and I told him that. I said, "This is just the greatest thing like I've ever heard in my life." And he basically was like, "Yeah, thanks, man." That was it. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh yeah, cool. Let me sign your stuff and get the hell out of here."
Yeah. Just go away from me. I don't know who you are.
Right.
Oh, cool. You like my song? Everybody likes my song.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, you and 50 million other people. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you for being on my show. The next time we talk backstage on one of the shows, dude. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Absolutely, man. Anytime you want to come down, you let me know. And send me that address. So I can send you some stuff.
All right. Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
All right. Peace.
See ya.
Yeah.